Welcome to FactionMasters Season 4. This is Game 12, featuring Gamebear on the Cave Goblins against BoldSerpent, playing as Cloaks. And I am joined for this game by Beans Easley.
Hey, I'm excited to watch these guys. Wish I was participating, but I'll do the next best thing here
Hey,
and
season
commentate.
season 5. Pick a
That's
faction
right.
and grind it out. Do your best to get up to the top.
I'm
Uh,
jealous of Game Bear here as the Cave Goblins guy because it's one of my faves for sure.
Great. Well, what would you before we start watching this game? What would you have a plan or a strategy? Any specific advice about this matchup that you would look to see?
I would say from the cloak side of things, just dealing with the horde, right? It's always about just staving them off as long as you can, not exposing your summoner on too many sides because they have ways to get to you even when you think you're fine. And so that's just always the strategy. And then with the cave goblins, it's the opposite, right? It's like find any way to get to blocks, punish him when he comes out, any of that. It's gonna be a fun matchup.
Okay. Yeah, as cloaks, I think you want those machinists so you can get some extra attacks in. Maybe even the admiral if you can save up enough.
It's
So,
dangerous to use that machinist ability though, because then you're exposing blocks even just a little bit, and you, even if it's in the move phase and you move out of it,
hmm.
you gotta be careful.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Let's get started here. We'll have the cloaks going first. Wasting no
Hmm.
time to fill up the board here.
Hopefully this is oh
Ooh,
geez,
3 out of 3.
strong roll. We got
And
Gunner
that
moving
gunner
all the way
moving
up.
all the way up, not just a little
Yeah,
bit forward. I like this
interesting that.
triangle formation here. Oh, going all the way up to the wall. Block those summoning spots. Make it really awkward for the Cave Goblin player.
Yeah, blocking the summoning spot is good. They're interesting that they move blocks up there too. It's a little bit more aggressive than I would be in this, but I'm not the number one cloaks player, so what would I know?
Yeah, I think BoldSerpent is actually the number 2 seed in this tournament. So he's
Wow.
had a lot of success with cloaks in the regular season, as it were.
Can we pause here for a sec
Yeah,
too?
sure
Because
thing.
as a cave goblins like player myself, I think this gate spot is really interesting. It's
This
not
one
usually
here.
the one I would pick. It doesn't give you any adjacency for clingers.
Hmm.
Obviously they're set up with their units right now to have a lot of clinger adjacency, but having that gate one space over usually is where I like to go.
Like right here. Can
Hmm.
you can see my cursor, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right here. Um, yeah, something to think about with clinger adjacency. Let's looking at unfortunately we can't see both players' hands here, but looking at BoldSerpent's hand, it's always the threat of dagger. He's not quite out there yet, but look, it's the avatar he's actually chosen. So I feel
Hmm.
like
Spooky.
we might see dagger at some point. I actually haven't watched this game myself either, so everything that happens is a surprise to me, including that wall. Wow,
Yeah.
this is
Very
quite a
aggressive.
statement. Pushing
And we're
blocks out.
exposing
Yeah.
blocks a little bit. Assume he's gonna put the sniper in front, yeah.
Mm.
Still is exposed on one side. Maybe two.
Yeah, this flanking wall. So our Gamebear can put some stuff over here. Oh, isn't going for it, or maybe just doesn't have the cards in his hand. Responds with
Mm.
a forward wall of his own, and
Yet another wall that's not within the clinger adjacency. This is interesting.
now what do you think about putting Sneaks there? I thought he would swap him just back to here again to keep him
Yeah, I
safe,
feel like
but he's trying to keep the
this
Slinger
is
safe.
this is some bait, I would say, to go for sneaks right now. Because he's wanting I mean he could get hit 3 times on sneaks,
Yeah,
which would be strong,
but it wouldn't sum to
but
11.
it would not be 11, and it would keep those other three things alive, which I think is what he wants.
Yeah, I found when facing the cave goblins, if you want to hit sneaks, you really got to hit him hard.
Hmm.
Otherwise, this gets out of control.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how he
Here's Dagger.
responds in here. Oh yeah,
Great as a blocker. 6 life can go a long way, even when you're not using the backstab. Just to have it out there on the board and ready to go. And when Vox copies her, it gives him a lot of mobility options here. I like this shooting past Smeg to get the slinger. And
we see.
yeah, taking a
Yeah,
little there.
he's having it both ways, getting rid of one of the slingers and getting a shot on sneaks a little bit. But I kind of like that move.
It's really interesting to see Vox here flanked by these walls. Um,
Hmm.
Gamebear is getting a shot in here on him for a couple. This would be a great time for a gang up, but assuming he just doesn't have it.
Yeah, we'll see what we got. Out of the shadows coming through. There's only two sides of sneaks available,
It can't be backstabbed.
and yeah, can't be back. So that's just what I was gonna say too.
I think Vox is going to sit this one out. Send the gunner and the bandit in to harry
Oof.
the summoner.
Now this could be lethal with perfect rolls. Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's see. Hmm.
Oh,
There it is.
just
There it
like that.
is. Wow. It's
Wow.
over faster than I expected it to be.
And those cloaks, yeah, they can, even without their usual tricks, they still got tricks, and they find a way.
Yeah, we got two sneaky summoners here. The
Yeah,
uh the sneaky and the logic versus the sneaky and the instinct. Both got a lot of switcheroos and movement tricks there, damage tricks.
definitely
Well,
some good
this
rolls going for the cloaks,
yeah,
but you
boy,
know,
this almost seemed a little anticlimactic to have it end so soon. I was gearing up for some big antics, but it just all came down in one big hit. Um,
yes,
but terrific job by BoldSerpent here, uh,
absolutely.
pushing forward in the face of Cave Goblin aggression. Um, a lot of players, if they face the Cave Goblins, they just kind of hang back and hope to defend, try to fight off the horde. And he was just really proactive with the forward walls, moving Vox up, but also keeping him protected, fairly well protected most of the time, keeping him flanked by his own units, either on the sides or in the vertical there.
Yeah, even with that, like this was a good turn here. I don't think he probably expected to come to win on this turn, but
No, I'm sure he didn't.
like he was completely doing exactly what you're talking about, having that controlled aggression
Yeah.
where blocks was up but protected for the most part. I think that was a good. This was a good showing, definitely by Bold Serpent.
Okay. Well, you have any final comments or thoughts?
Just R.I.P. to my cave goblins. They will be missed.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can represent him in season 5, whenever that ends up being. But thanks again, Beans Easley, for coming on here, and hopefully we can get you again sometime, even if it won't be with cave goblins.
Sounds good.
All right. And thanks for watching, all of our viewers. We'll see you next time for more Faction Masters.